Welcome back to JB Reviews. I have this 2023 Ford Ranger. Now this does have the Tremor package, and this is my first ever Ranger video. And special shout out to Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. If you are in the market, this truck is available for sale. Let's go ahead and start off with the window sticker so you guys can see what's optional and standard. So this is the window sticker for the truck we're going to be reviewing, and these are the specs at the top with the colors. And be sure to pause it. This is a short listing for the standard equipment. And starting off the options, this one does have that 501A equipment group for $2,005. And then here's everything else. Tremor package was $4,290, which is the most expensive option on this truck. Azure Gray is pretty expensive too, so just keep that in mind. It is new for 2023. And then trailer tow package was $495. And destination came in at $1,495 with a total price of $50,205. And here is the fuel economy numbers off to the side here. Notice up front how you appear to have a lot of ground clearance. I like the bumper design. Being in the Tremor, obviously it does have that styling down pat, and it shows that it has a little bit of that off-road oriented features too. Tow hooks down below, and there are some skid plates down here too. And notice how you have that darker gray on the Azure. Looks really good. It also falls on the fender flares. LED headlights, high and low beam and accent lights, but you have a incandescent turn signal, red accents on the front grille. It's a really nice package. This is $50,000. Off to the side, 17-inch wheel wrapped in a General Grabber tire. These are going to be a LT 265/70/17, which is a 31.6-inch tire basically. And then here are the capacities for this tire too. 2,470 pounds at 50 psi. Independent front suspension. And all in all, it has a really nice design to it too. Check out the running boards. Painted door handles. And here's one of the trim pieces. Light right here. 18-gallon fuel tank, and they use leaves out back. Looks like there's 3 leaves in that main pack. Now the Fox shocks do have reservoirs. Let me see if I can show it to you down below. You can probably see it better on this side. You can kind of see it right there. But they do have reservoirs for the shocks, which is really nice. And hey, who doesn't like Fox shocks too? Really nice clean tailgate, not a lot of emblems back here. Parking sensors. Class 4 receiving hitch, 7 and 4 pin for your trailer, and this is not assisted. No spray in bed liner, and there is a sliding glass out back too. These look to be LED taillights with your blind spot monitoring built in. And here's that Tremor badge. 5-foot bed. So one thing I don't like about these smaller trucks, they do have small beds, but I guess it does give you that more sportier appearance because of that. 373 gears, and that is a locking rear. And it looks like they give you a full-size spare with a steely for the wheel. And let's go ahead and pop the hood so you guys can see what's powering this mid-size pickup. Now, to nobody's surprise, you are going to have a forced induction 4-cylinder 2.3 liter, and this does have 270 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, and that is pretty good performance, I must say. And as I mentioned, it is turbocharged, so you can see some of the inlets here, and that turbo is going to probably be on this side because of the intake. This is how I always find the turbo, so it's right there actually. It's covered by some of the heat shields. But one thing I like about this engine is, if you need to do spark plugs, they're pretty easy to get to, except for that back one there. Now let's check out this interior. This is the high point for this truck. Now, soft touch right here, and for the most part, this is all hard plastic. And I'm not surprised, most of the trucks in this segment are the same way. You have auto up and down for the front driver's side. You can lock the glass too. place for a bottle and a little bit of storage. And surprisingly, some of this seat is actually going to be power, but manually operated for the seat back, which is not a big deal. Now, getting in and out looks to be pretty easy. As I mentioned, you do have these steps. They do not give you a grab handle right there, but some of the lighting controls are right there, and also for the bed. I believe that was also, yeah, this is also full LED up top there. And here are the controls for the outside mirrors. They are power on both sides. And one thing I like about the interior, so check out your door handle here, and even around the air vents, they give you like this polished aluminum styling. Looks really good, really upscale. And let's go ahead and start it up. So here's your gauge cluster. So some of this is going to be digital and some of it's going to be analog, which is fine by me. You have screens on both sides. And let's go ahead and start here in the center. So as I mentioned, love that polished look around the air vents. And check out where Ford puts their auxiliaries. Like, Ford does a great job with these. Like, I love where they put them at, and they're just easy to reach. They look really cool right there. Dash looks amazing. Stitching, and it is soft touch. And then check this out. Have a spot there for your sunglasses. And they're using LED lights, which is actually a surprise for this. Home links right there. And then here are the vanities on both sides. Now I don't know if you guys can tell, but you guys see that the roof is like this tan color and the rest of the interior is like black. I wish they would not do that for 2024. I hope they change that. To me personally, it looks bad. They should definitely do something a little different. Now I'm going to show you guys some of the trail modes for this truck. So that TM, if I push the button, you'll see on the side here, or it's called terrain mode, excuse me. So you have normal, grass, gravel, snow, mud ruts, sand, and then back to normal. And I was getting there by pushing this button. You can twist this for 2 high, 4 high, or 4 low. Now here, this looks to either be downhill assist or trail cruise control. Auto stop start, locking rear axle right there. And tow haul mode, parking sensors off, and then traction control off. You do have the gear limiter off to the side here, so if you want to shift the gears manually. 10-speed transmission, I don't know if I mentioned that on the outside. But I like that they give you the RPMs digitally too. It looks nice, and let's check out, are they pretty quick to respond? Oh yeah. This truck sounds pretty darn good to be a 4-cylinder too, by the way. And then here's just some of the information. So you have display mode, trip 1 and trip 2. You have fuel economy. Driver assist, so cross traffic alert, trailer sway control, cruise control, driver alert, lane keep system, and pre-collision. And then settings too. So there's a few things that you can set up in there. Now this screen here, I like the fact that they give you the climate in the screen, but they also give it to you down below here. And your audio controls. You have 2 12-volt plugs, and you also have 2 USBs down below with a little bit of storage. And here is your mechanical emergency brake, which I like that they give that to you. 2 cup holders. Center console is pretty deep, and they provide a place here probably for like a pin. And let's go ahead and jump over to the side. I don't know if I mentioned, but push button starts right there. And check out the amount of space you have for the passenger side. Same controls. I'm glad that they give you the lumbar and power seats for the lower part at the very least. Grab handles right here. And then here's your glove box. Side door. And then out back, here's the door card. And then check out the seats. These do not fold down, which would be nice to have because this rear glass is kind of small. Cup holders. And so no 60/40 back here. A little bit of storage below the seat. They give you 2 USBs and then a 110 volt power plug, which is gonna resemble your home plugs basically. Seat back pockets, wow. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the payload of this truck, and that will pretty much end the video. As far as the axles go, your front's going to be 3,130 pounds. The rear is 3,370. Gross fuel weight rating is going to be 6,050. And then here's the axle code for this truck too. All-in payload capacity is going to be 1,414 pounds. And then here's your tire PSI that they recommend for this truck. Now in the past, the reason why I've never done videos on these trucks is because I was very biased. I never understood why you would buy this truck when you can get a half ton, and then I would say I would never understand why you get a half ton when you get a 3/4 ton, and then so on and so forth. So I do understand these trucks a lot more. They're very easy to drive. They're a little bit more fuel efficient. I would say a little bit. So we'll just leave it there. But this truck's $50,000. So in the comment section, is this truck worth it over a F-150?